Good evening, beauties. I have a whole bunch of exciting stuff tonight. I'm meeting with Linden Chasteen. He is a huge YouTube genius. So he helps channels grow at an exponential rate. He has tons of tips and tricks. He has his own channel, which I'll link below in the description, where he does a whole bunch of teaching for exponentially growing your YouTube channel. He is just filled with all kinds of brilliant knowledge, and I cannot wait to meet with him. We met him at the agency Founders, and he agreed to jump on a call with me to help grow my channel. So stay tuned. You'll get a really cool insight as to kind of what my thoughts are for the channel long term, but also you'll be able to pick up all of these really, really brilliant tips for your YouTube channel as well.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
It's good that we finally got on. I know we had to reschedule a couple times, but I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. I'm actually really, really excited to pick your brain about some stuff and hopefully grow the channel at kind of an accelerated rate, because there's days I feel like I really don't know what I'm doing, and probably because I don't. So
For sure, yeah. No, I'm more than happy to help. I mean, that's why I want to do this call because I think you guys have a lot of potential. So I'm
yeah.
excited. Cool. Well, I mean, do you
Yeah.
want to just hop right into it then?
Yeah, let's do that. I have a
Sweet.
list of questions. So I know that you had some really great ideas for the channel, which I'm super excited about. I think one of the big ones that kind of stuck with us the most was picking up like our niece or nephew or one of our friends' kids from school. I thought that was so cool because it just really ties in like the family and the car aspect of things. So we're definitely planning to do that. Our nieces and nephews school is literally just around the corner. We have a bunch of friends who have kids that go to that school. So I think we're going to take turns kind of doing that and getting their reactions and stuff like that, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good video. I think that video is gonna go do really well because that's like a
Yeah.
video that has over 1 million view potential, right? Like everyone's interested in that. Like, you know, kid gets picked up from school in like a Lamborghini. Those reactions like people live for. So I think that'll be really
Yeah, for sure. And it's totally our favorite part of the whole supercar thing at the end of the day. Like legitimately, it's our favorite thing is to have like kids recognize the cars or ask questions or sit in it or
Mhm.
whatever. Like I'm always inclined to let kids jump in the car and take photos and all the rest. So it's gonna be fun.
100%. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
pull up your channel right now too. Um,
Mhm.
Supercar Mom. So let me go ahead and share my screen then.
Okay.
Okay, so here. Okay, so yeah. First off, your this channel, really good profile photo. Perfect. One thing I do think you need a banner. I think that would help a lot. Also a
Okay.
description for the channel. Those are things
Okay.
that should just be, you can probably do that in like a day or two. I think the biggest thing for you guys is gonna be thumbnails, right? Like I think your thumbnails, the thing they're good. The thing is, I think they're um, the one thing you need to do is simplify.
So
Um,
they're too busy.
exactly. I don't know if you've heard me talk about that before, but you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 things in the thumbnail. There should be like three. Like,
Okay, fair.
yeah, for example, and the key selling point of your channel is you and the car, right? So most of your thumbnails should have those two aspects in it, maybe with one other twist, right? And
Fair.
you can put,
Okay.
it doesn't have to be three, it could be like 3 to 5, but even five's pushing it. Like should be like you, the car, and then like one or two words, I would say.
Fair. Okay. So something super simple. So the Lambo walkthrough did really well.
Mhm.
And then buying an SVJ, which was actually our baby announcement video, did pretty well too for a baby announcement video. And I think it probably has to do with the fact that the thumbnail is pretty simple.
All right, which one is that?
Lambo walkthrough is just this like the second video that we posted, which is the gray one there with me kind of with my arms up in the air. The
This one.
bottom, yeah, there. So
Got it.
that one's definitely simpler. And then the SVJ, buying an SVJ, which is on the top in the baby pink, that was another one that, and just looking at the screen like this, after you saying that, it is super busy. So,
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly why these two thumbnails did the best. Um, Literally, it's just like you, the car, 1, 2. and then 3. So that's 5. Still, if you could get rid of this thing, this Huracan part, that would perform even better. But
Really? Okay, interesting.
100%. So simplifying it as much as humanly possible. Like, let me show you. Do you know J.R. Revis? He runs like a Airbnb like company, but he does like Lambo content as well. I work with him,
Oh,
and
great.
he
Okay.
yeah, for example, like this. You see how simple it is? It's like him in a sports car, like in a Lambo. You don't even see like the Lamborghini, right? And then an Airbnb logo. It's like 1, 2, 3. And then I guess you could count
Okay.
the background as 4, but even that is like hardly an element. So it's like
Right.
extremely simple, right?
So no title or anything on that thumbnail.
Nope.
Whoa, okay. I didn't even know that that was a thing.
Yeah,
Like
like
I thought it always should have some sort of text or script or something.
exactly. So you can have text. Like we could have like instead of the Airbnb logo, we could have put like Airbnb, something like that, right? But the thing is, it just has to be like the goal is like 3 elements. So this one's 4, even a little bit more, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Cool.
I would
Okay.
keep it,
Yeah.
try to keep it at 3, but that would be my biggest thing. And I would do, are you making the thumbnails yourself right now?
I'm not. It's one of Lucas's creatives that are doing it, or Lucas does it. So it depends on kind of when. But yeah, like essentially we're doing them ourselves, but me physically doing them, no.
Got it. Okay. Literally that one change alone on your thumbnails will take your videos from like 1,000 to like 3 to 5,000. So
Wow. Okay, cool. Very, very cool.
yeah.
And then in terms of the titles, are the titles too wordy as well? Like, should those be simplified or is that okay like that?
Anything that you see with a dot
Mhm.
dot dot, not this one because you actually put that in there on purpose. Or is this one on purpose too, or is this no no no. Yeah, this is just
No, that, yeah, that was too long. Yeah.
yeah. Anything where it's too long, like this one, this one, all of those should be cut down. Usually it's 50 characters is like
Okay.
the maximum. And for me, I like to do simpler titles. Like for example, this one, I would have rather you just had we bought a Lamborghini SVJ instead of but it's not what you think. Like again,
Okay.
simplicity is everything. However, um the one thing with your kind of content because it's more entertainment based, it's better to have some sort of a twist. So it could be like we bought a Lamborghini, and I would even get rid of the SVJ because unless you're trying to attract very high level car enthusiasts, if that's like your main target audience. But if you're just trying to attract people like a broader audience where it's like people who are just interested in cars, I would just be like, we bought a Lamborghini with X or like with like from X or without X. Adding some sort of twist on there is going to make your video perform way better. And again, you have to like come up with those twists. Like it's kind of difficult, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
for
so this one here, the buying the SVJ is actually just an SVJ toy car, which is sitting behind me on the floor right now. Because it's literally for our kid. Like that was our baby announcements that we had both of our cars out front, and then we drove. It's a little remote control, but it's for babies, and we drove it out and then parked it in between the 2 cars. So that's why we bought an SVJ, but it's not what you think. So, because it was literally a toy for our baby that's coming in August. So that was kind of the thing there. So that's it. The twist is we're buying an SV. We bought an SVJ, but we didn't really. It's a toy. So,
got it. Okay.
so in that case, how would you have worded that title?
I would have said we bought a Lamborghini. Um, we bought a Lamborghini with how much was the S was the toy car?
It was like under 400 bucks, like
Yeah.
with a credit card or something.
Yeah, we bought a Lamborghini for $300, something like that. Like,
Okay, that's so perfect. Okay.
yeah, like that title, people are gonna see that and they're gonna think like, wait, what? They bought a Lamborghini for $300. Like that's crazy. And then they'll click on the video and like I think it's fine because you guys do have real Lamborghinis, so it's like, they're not like completely clickbaiting, but that's like a way I would twist it, right? Because then
Cool.
that,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I mean, your titles aren't bad though. I do like them, but I think they just, again, simplicity, adding twists in there. That's going to be the biggest thing. Just simplifying it.
So the scam one with, well, there's 5 elements here because there's Lucas and I in this photo, but
Yeah.
this is probably one of the more simple ones as well as that Lambo walkthrough. So we should keep them more simple like that. Cool.
Yes,
Okay. Good to
I
know.
think the thing about this one is you got the scam is good, but it also blends in with the background. It's like pink on like
Mm,
purple, so it's like not much contrast. You guys are also very small. So when I'm looking at this, like I can hardly see Lucas. So I would prefer to have you guys' like face like bigger. Or maybe just like one of you and then like here, like a car here, and then like scam arrow pointing to it, right?
cool.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's again, but like still, this is not bad. Like you guys are doing all right. But I think just leveling up the thumbnails and making them simpler, that's gonna be the biggest thing. This one I love. This is a great thumbnail because like you got the 1, 2, and then 3 because you're part of that photo. So that one's perfect.
Perfect.
And it's also your channel trailer. So, but I think that's it for the packaging. Again, just trying to like come up with those ideas where it's like, for example, on all of my ideas, they're all very simple and short, right? Like it's nothing's too crazy. And it's like, for example, like how to get 1,000 subscribers, like without getting lucky, or the ultimate YouTube skill stack, learn in this order, right? 5 years of YouTube in 5 minutes. It's like all stuff that would open something in the viewer's mind of like, oh, how can he fit 5 years of YouTube into 5 minutes? Or like how to go viral without editing. How does that work? How can you go viral without editing a video? Right? It's like they're all twists on a lot of them. And I think that adding those twists is going to be really, really beneficial for you guys.
Excellent. Okay. Very, very cool. All right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Anything else that you can see just from looking at it? So I've been live now for 2.5 months, and I've got almost 1,200 subs with next to no experience other than Lucas and one of his editors like helping me do some edits on the more like cinematic stuff. And then I'm also incorporating vlogs as well where I'm editing myself, and they're rough, but I have to go through that process because I'm just starting, and I know that they're going to be kind of terrible for the first little bit. So
Yeah, it's completely fine to have that. I had that too. I think everyone goes through that. It's just part of the game, and then you get better over time. I love you guys' shorts. I think you guys' shorts are. I've seen a few of them, and I think they're really really good.
oh, thank you. We have so much fun doing this.
Yeah, they're a good time. I'm gonna watch. What would you say is your best video on here, like in terms of actual content and editing?
Probably the Lambo walkthrough if I had to pick one.
Okay, I'll check that one out.
Good morning, beauties. Welcome back to my channel, officially episode number 2, where we get to talk about this thing. Kind of the co-star of this channel, I guess. Anyway, this is my 2019 Lamborghini Huracan LP 580-2. Those of you that don't know what the LP designations or thingies are, we're going to call them thingies. It's a technical term. The 580 means that this car is equipped with 580 horsepower from the factory, 2-wheel drive.
Okay, this is perfect. I really don't have anything to say here. This is a great video.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, this looks great.
And then I complain about how much I destroy the car over the year and just some stuff. So it's like specs and then like random stuff about this actual car.
Yeah, I think you don't need any like crazy editing or anything like that. I think this like style is fine. You can get to 100,000 subs easily with this style. So
Cool. Okay.
I'm not worried about it. I think that's
Excellent.
everything for like the review. I'm good to get into questions now if you want.
All right. So, in terms of like strategies and in identifying my audience, what is kind of the best way? Because my channel is literally has 2 focuses that I'm trying to integrate kind of seamlessly into one another. It's the supercar lifestyle, and then also incorporating having a baby in August, incorporating baby into
our life as opposed to giving up our hobby for the baby. We want to incorporate our son into the channel, into our life. So we have some family stuff that's going to happen on the channel, and then some car stuff, and baby's probably going to go in one of the cars as soon as he's able to keep his head up. Like, it's just one of those, like, we just want to like start integrating him right away. So I just don't know how to target the audience and try to get the most virality out of it, I suppose, with both sides.
Sure. I think the best way to go about it for a channel like yours is probably this. I learned this from Ali Abdal, but he basically, one thing that he used to do, I think he's changed it now that he's just like going pure like YouTube mode. But he for a long time, and I used to do this on my other channel too, is basically do one for you and then one for them. So do a video for you, do it however you want, incorporate the family. You know, you like the content's still going to relate to cars, right? Like, even though it's more of a family vlog style, you know, the content is still showing cars, mentioning cars. You could be like day in the life of a supercar family, something like that. Like, that's
Okay, perfect.
yeah, it's such a good title. You can joke about, like, you know, we bought a Lamborghini, we buy a Lamborghini for every family member. Like, when he turns, like, you're like, when is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So when he turns 16, you know, we're gonna buy him a Lambo, something like that. I don't know, but like, you'll have, yeah, I think just as long as you can incorporate the cars, I think it's completely fine. I think you can just do a vlog, have fun with it, mention, like, talk about the family too. You don't have to talk about the cars all the time. Yeah, as long as the cars are somewhat incorporated, I think that's fine. And then that would be the one for you guys, and then one for them would be one for like your target audience, right? For car enthusiasts, for people who will love cars. You know, I think those videos, you just do half and half. I think that's probably a good split. Would you agree
I
with
love
that?
it. Okay, so that's exactly what I thought. Like, that's where my head was at, is that my vlog style stuff is going to be more like intimate, family related, day-to-day stuff, baby stuff, cooking stuff, whatever the heck. Maybe going for a cruise with my car when I can, I don't know, when I have time without baby or with baby or whatever. And then
Sure.
once a week, we would also post something that's very like car focused, like whether it be a review, an interview with a friend that has a really cool car, because we have lots of those that are dying to be on the channel. So yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm so excited that we're on the same page.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. I think that's perfect.
What else? Let's see here. Promoting outside of YouTube in terms of like socials. So what I'm doing now is I'm posting one video a week every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, which, whether that's the best time or not, I don't know. We'll talk about it. And then I'm trying to do 2 shorts every day. The one I do in the evening, I post to to TikTok, as well as to Instagram, just
Those
to
are
kind
the-
of funnel back. Is that the best way to do it, or do you have any better suggestions?
you're posting the shorts to TikTok and Instagram, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Got it.
But just one a day instead of the two. So
Why
I'm
not
doing
two?
2 on YouTube, 1 on TikTok, 1 on Insta.
Why not two on Instagram and TikTok?
Because they're like older videos, and I don't know, they're just like random car stuff. Like, it'll be like, today I posted one in the morning that was me driving with, I know the guys from Daily Driven. So we did a car rally with them like literally 3-4 years ago. So I posted like me and them and a couple of car friends just driving through Cologne. It's like just like very generic, like I had taken some footage with my phone. So I
Okay.
didn't know if it was worth putting older stuff onto my Instagram, because I didn't know if it was still relevant. I didn't feel like it would still be relevant. Maybe
Got it.
TikTok. TikTok would probably work, but
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the thing is, there's really no harm in posting, like, even if you don't think the video is going to do extremely well, there's no harm in posting it. It's not going to like it's not going to hurt like the TikTok algorithm or the Instagram algorithm or anything. So for me, I usually just post that kind of stuff. Anyway, just because it's free views, literally it's just free views, and you never know what's going to go viral. So I would probably post it, but it's really up to you. I mean, it's your brand. So if you want to just keep posting one a day, that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it sounds like you're doing it well. I really have no critiques on that. I mean, as long as you're posting on Instagram and TikTok, you can post on Pinterest too. That's one that not a lot of people talk about. Pinterest is actually pretty good. So, because there's not that much
interesting.
competition. So yeah, that's how I would do it. But it sounds like you driving traffic back to the long form. That's a great idea. I think that's fine.
And in terms of titles or hashtags or anything, I just, on my TikTok and my
Instagram post, I'll always hashtag YouTube and then hashtag shorts. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, or if I should link it, or if I should specifically say, check out my YouTube channel.
I would I would do a call to action for your YouTube channel in the video itself, if you can.
Okay.
That's what I like to do. You could literally keep it short, just be like, head over to my YouTube to watch the full video, right? And just literally put like a little screenshot of your YouTube channel, and then people will go over there. They'll just search it up. I don't like to link back, because generally the platforms, the different platforms, even on YouTube too, if you link like your Instagram, TikTok, all of that in the description, or if you on Instagram, if you link like your YouTube, it usually they're less incentivized to push out the content, because that content is taking people off of the platform. I would probably not link to it. I would just tell people to go, and naturally people will go.
Okay, perfect. So for future shorts that we do where we're doing like the interview stuff, we can say, see more on our channel or whatever. Because a lot of them we're cutting from long forms, or we're just doing little like Q&A shorts. So we'll have to find a way to integrate that, or even maybe put a bubble like subscribe that kind of pops up and then goes away. Something like that. Would that work?
Yeah, for sure. I think just like if it's on YouTube Shorts, then you could just be like subscribed. That's fine. But if it's on TikTok and Instagram, then it would just be like, watch the full video on our YouTube channel, and then maybe just put like a little screenshot of like your YouTube channel, and you could just put that in text too if you don't say it.
Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
excellent. What else do I have for you? What's your take on collaborations with other creators?
I think for your niche, really, really powerful. The more collaborations that you can do, especially if it's someone with like similar size to you, or like obviously a bigger size is even better. If you can get those collaborations, definitely do it. It's worth it. Yeah, one way to do it is like you make one video, you each do a challenge together, and then you show your side of the challenge and they show their side of the challenge. Like for example, like this would probably be a very hard video to make. I don't think it's for your channel, but it'd be like, I drove across America in a Lamborghini, right? And then it could be like you both do that, and then you have your perspective on your channel, their perspective on another channel, right? And then you could be like, to see their perspective, go check out their channel, and then they'll do the same to you. And then that gives the viewer a good reason to go check out the other channel. Alternatively, you could literally just film a video with someone else at like a car rally, something like that, and just be like, go check out their stuff. And then in their video, they could be like, go check out her stuff, right? So
Cool. Okay.
yeah, 100%. If you can do them, then definitely do them. By the
Excellent.
way, I would like to ask, what is the end goal with the YouTube channel?
So I'm building out a brand, and eventually we're going to have merch as well. So my kind of tagline has always been, way before the channel, Good Morning Beauties. And so I used to do Instagram videos where it was just kind of like day-to-day stuff. And it was always Good Morning Beauties, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm up to today. So the merch brand is going to be kind of surrounded by that. And it's going to have stuff that I love for baby, family, and then also for car stuff. So I'll have things branded, maybe like sleepers for kids, t-shirts for moms or dads, or just people in general. I don't know. So I think it's just going to be a plethora of like different things that resonate with me in the episodes that I end up building out in terms of actual products.
100%. Okay, that's good. So yeah, you're basically just trying to build a big brand then, right? Just like a really big brand. Okay, yeah, then this is a good strategy. I think the more collab you do, the better.
Excellent. And then in terms of a merch launch, we were thinking at 10,000 subs would probably be best. I just don't know, is it worth putting a number on it, or what's kind of your take on that?
It really depends. I would say it just depends on the level of complexity that you guys are doing merch at. Like, are you guys would it be like you guys order, like, I don't know, would it be you guys are keeping stock, or are you guys like just doing print on demand?
I think we'll be keeping stock. So we'll be doing limited production runs. Not like I'm going to have like $3 million worth of merch in like hanging around at a warehouse or something like that. But I think I'm going to do limited production runs, and I'll do my idea is my first production run of a merch line is going to be t-shirts and hats, and maybe even like bags, like totes. And for example, like like a baby sleeper, a kid's, like a toddler t-shirt will be, my mom's cooler than yours, or something like that, like something along those lines, or, and then have like a little Supercar Mom logo or something on it. But everything will be sub-branded as Good Morning Beauties, which will be like my merch side of things.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think 10,000 subs is good. Yeah. Typically what I've seen work the best is just, people who have built huge brands, obviously. So I think starting off at 10,000, doing like a smaller launch then, just to test it out, see how it goes. I think that's a good idea. And then I might do another drop at like each milestone. It's like 25K, 50K, 75K, and then a big one at 100K. Yeah. And then I would keep doing them on milestones. So 200K, 300K, 400K, 500K, up to 1 million.
And then presumably those would be at much closer intervals throughout.
Yes, yeah, they will be.
For sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I think you definitely should do limited supply, like limited drops.
For sure.
That's definitely the move.
Okay, cool. Excellent. And what else do I have for you here? What metrics should I focus on in YouTube in terms of performance? Like, what am I like? I know that people are always so like view and sub focus. Is that what I should be looking at? Should I be looking at watch time? Like, what are those?
The number one thing here, I'll show you. There's a couple things that you should be looking at, but one thing that you should not be looking at, I wouldn't worry too much about your CTR right now. I don't think you need to care about CTR. Yeah, the one thing that you're going to want to look for is purely just impressions. So the thing is, like, the number one metric that you're going to have is just the impressions. The amount of impressions that you get, that's the number that you should try to be increasing. And how you do that is by increasing your ideas, what we call an idea ceiling, where it's basically the total amount of people that are interested, that could possibly be interested in your video. Like, for example, with that car rally one, I think it's like the Ace car rally, right? The idea ceiling is very, very low because it's mainly people who know what that car rally is or went to that car rally, right?
Right.
But
Okay.
the amount of people interested in car rallies is much higher. So trying to increase the idea ceiling simply through framing, right? Like you would still go to that Ace car rally, you would just frame it as broader. Yeah, like that's the number one thing you want to look for. So just the more impressions, the better. And for your niche, you're going to want to go for a lot of impressions. With YouTube growth, it's less, but your goal is to be getting multiple hundreds of thousands of views per video. Not right now because you're still at like 1,000 subscribers, but like eventually you want to get to that point where you're getting consistent 100,000 views at least. The other things that you should be looking at is the number of viewers who are still watching after the 30-second mark. This number will change based on the amount of impressions that you have. The higher the impressions, the lower amount this is going to be. However, the goal is to keep this above 60%. Mine's below like 60%, right? So I need to do a better job on this one. But 60% is a good benchmark. If it's below 60%, then that means that there is something wrong. I would try to, and the way that you do that is just through like writing copy, writing like retention, like a very retention heavy intro, and opening loops in the viewer's mind, showing them like little flashes of what they're going to get. Those are all things that kind of like help that initial retention. And then for an entertainment channel, mine's education, so it's much lower. On like an 8-minute video, 30%, which is like really low, but you see on this one it's 63, right? This video got 100,000 views. If it's above 60, it has a much better chance of doing well. Yeah, for you, I think it's just optimizing this. And then your goal should be to get over 45% because it's just a different niche. So yours is going to be higher than mine. I would try to get above 45% here. Goal eventually is to get above like 60, but it's tough. So I would start at 45.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Very, very cool. Because I'm always looking at it and I'm kind of looking at everything and I'm figure that not everything is as important as the other. So, awesome. And what else do we have?
I got one more thing here. The thing that you're going to want to look for to like increase this number is just going back and analyzing your videos. Where are the biggest drop-offs? So for example, I have a huge drop-off like right here and then like right here. So I would look what I did right here.
You apply own videos, you will never see a 10 out of 10 again. Because when you know how to find proven videos, you'll be able to model them and consistently go viral. And this will increase your average views per video so that you can hit 1,000 subscribers in the next 30 days. But to do this successfully, you need to remember that most people try to model what works.
So yeah, I think right there, I just kind of repeated myself because I'd already said that line before.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would want to look at where the drop-offs are. These drop-offs are like fine. This is just like natural drops. But for example, like here, right there, right here, right here. those are the things you want to look at.
I have to be so conscientious of that. I did like from one simple repeat, people like F this and just click out of it. That's wild.
Again, like it's also like you're just starting out, so you don't have to take this part like super seriously. The number one thing for you is literally to make videos. As long as you keep making good, like keep improving on the videos, keep making good videos, you're going to be in a really good spot. But if you really wanted to optimize them like to the maximum, then that's how you do it.
I totally do. I just want to hit the ground. I'm just that kind of person that I really want to hit the ground running, and I'm very, very hard on myself when I feel like I'm stagnant somewhere, and then I get very discouraged. So I'm really glad that we're doing this talk today.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, what else? So handling feedback and comments. In terms of getting back to people, I've heard that, or I was told that kind of getting back to them when the video is first published as quickly as possible is the best way to go. Is there any kind of tricks or tips with that?
Normally, like after when I first launch a video, like 15 minutes in, I answer all like the initial comments. And then like an hour later, I answer all the rest. After that point, I would say it's worth it to go back like 24 hours later and then answer all of them. But after that point, I usually leave it unless I just literally have like nothing to do. And I'm like, what can I do that's like productive? Then I'll go back and like answer more comments. But
Excellent. Okay. So I'm kind of doing the right thing-ish there. Like there's some comments that I don't bother responding to, especially if they're like rude or hurtful or whatever, which I don't luckily get a whole lot of yet, but I'm sure that that will happen. What's the best way to handle kind of the hate messages?
I just delete them.
Fair,
Just
okay.
delete it. It's not worth stressing over. I mean, at least it seems like you seem like you have a pretty happy life, right? Like, you don't, people telling you that you're not living the right way. It's like, it's so dumb. Like everyone gets it. And so like, as long as you're happy, as long as you're confident in what you're doing, then like, there's no reason. Like, I mean, even if you're not happy, like there's no point to listen to the hate. There's literally no benefit that comes out of it. So just delete it. That's what I do. As soon as I see one, I'm just like, delete, just don't think about it.
Amazing. Okay, perfect. So, because I've been kind of leaving them, like, I don't know if it's authentic to delete them or whatever. So I just kind of leave them there. And I mean, there hasn't been too many, thank God. Like, especially on the shorts, you get like really silly comments about things like just the stupidest things. So,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if they're super hurtful, then I'll delete them from now on. And then as opposed to just leaving them there and letting them fester, I guess.
You can also like if I get a really bad hate message, I block the user from my content too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you can do that. And then I think it's just like hide user from channel, and then you'll never see them. And that way you don't, if there's some guy like posting like every single video, you're not gonna have to keep deleting it. But on shorts, I don't think I've ever looked at the comments on one of my shorts. So
Interesting. Okay. Because I still look at those too. So I should probably just whatever, leave them alone in that case.
yeah, I literally have never opened the comment section on those. So I answer most of the YouTube comments, but as far as short form goes, I don't even look at it.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Algorithm changes. What's the best way to handle? Because I know that the algorithm literally changes every 5 seconds, or at least it seems like it. Is there anything to stay on top of it, or is there any consistent elements that I could keep other than obviously like great titles and really great thumbnails, simple thumbnails? Is there anything that I should kind of focus on to promote virality?
The whole idea is just as long as you have good packaging and good videos, your videos will always do well. However, as YouTube gets farther ahead, there's always more competition because new people are joining the platform every day, meaning that the ideas get better and better. And therefore, the number one skill that you can develop to do well on YouTube is ideation. And I do ideation for like an hour every single week, coming up with like 100 ideas every single week just to make sure that I stay on top of it. That's what I would try to recommend. It doesn't have to be an hour a week. It could be like an hour every other week or maybe 30 minutes a week, whatever would be possible for you. But I think that's the number one thing. If you can literally just sit down and come up with a couple of video ideas once a week, that's like the best thing you can do to stay ahead of the algorithm.
Okay, excellent. And that's definitely something like I set aside about an hour a day to work on Supercar Mom stuff, whether it's learning or watching videos or thinking of new ideas and stuff.
But yeah, I think if you just come up with more ideas, that's like the biggest thing. That's the game of YouTube. Per video I make, I probably come up with the 100 to 200 ideas. So
Wow. Okay, so they're little snippets of ideas that make up one full video. Is that what you're saying?
no,
Or
I
you pick one of all the 100 kind of thing?
like one out of all the 100.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like a concept or a title that I really like.
Excellent. Okay, I'm definitely gonna adopt that because that's a great idea. And I always, because it's always, what the heck am I gonna do next week, or what am I gonna do? I try to plan a month in advance, so I have 3 or 4 video ideas. But then as I do one, I'm always like, "Ugh, what do I do next?" So
It's tough. It literally just comes out of just doing an hour a week of ideation. If you do that, then everything else will sort itself out.
amazing. Okay, that is gonna be in my calendar from now on. That's perfect.
Cool.
Alrighty, anything else that I should know or that you have any pointers about?
Yeah, I think the one takeaway I want you to take away from this call, don't worry so much about the video itself. The 80-20 of YouTube is literally just the idea, the title, and the thumbnail. If you can get those 2 things right, or those 3 things, literally doing exactly what you're doing now, you can get to 100,000, 500,000 subs without changing any of the actual content itself. If you nail those 3 things, then that can take you to 500,000.
Perfect. I love that. Okay, so thumbnail, title, idea.
Yes, that's the number one thing.
Perfect. I got it. Amazing. Well,
All good.
thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to go through this with me. It's been very, very helpul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
I appreciate
worries.
you. And I'm gonna go back and watch all of these videos that you were just referencing to because they all sound wonderful. So.
All right, well, sounds good.
Amazing.
Let me know if I can help in any other way. And like, I think, I think you guys have a really good channel, so I'm excited to see it grow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks again for all your time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, so that was that. I don't know about you, but I am so excited about the future of my channel, and I hope that you guys picked up a whole bunch of really, really awesome tips and tricks as well. Linden is so great. Thank you so much, Linden, for joining me on this and for taking the time out of your busy schedule to go through all of this stuff with a newbie like me. Anyway, guys, I can't wait to share the rest of Supercar Mom with you throughout the next coming years with all of the really cool stuff that we have planned. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And of course, comment on things that you'd like to see in the future, or comment about what you thought of this video. Have an awesome night, guys. Take care. Bye.